because we're boasting of the things of tomorrow. So oftentimes we are on the roller coaster of life. Our highs are really high and our lows are really low, because many times we ride that train in prospects of what tomorrow is going to hold. And then tomorrow gets here and the reality socks us in the face, and then all of a sudden we're sitting on the curb. And we're thinking to ourselves, well, how did this happen? Tomorrow, in all reality, tomorrow I could get $1 million. I could get $1 million tomorrow. That's perspective. But the truth and reality is I'll probably lose some money tomorrow. You see, the unknown, so oftentimes we ride this roller coaster of life, and it causes these extreme ups and these extreme downs because we're boasting of the things of tomorrow. Our minds are on the things of tomorrow. We always think tomorrow will be a whole lot better. You know, the problem with life, so oftentimes we think from one stage of life to the next that it's going to get better. Tomorrow, the prospect of tomorrow seems a lot better than what it is today. For instance, when you're in high school or when you're in middle school, you always think when you get to high school, it's going to be so much better. Then you get to high school, and you're driving around and everything, and then you just can't wait to get out of high school. You think that when you get to college, things are just really going to start looking up for you. That prospect, go to college, and then you're beginning to realize how expensive toilet paper is and paper towels, all that good stuff, and you're beginning to do different things, and then you can't think. All you can think about, man, when I get out of college, I'm going to be doing well. Then you get out of college and you're a young person. Then you begin to think, man, when I get a family, then I'm truly going to find joy and happiness in life. The prospect of tomorrow. Then you have a family and you begin to have kids, and then you're like, man, I really can't wait till these kids are grown. You begin to realize that. I don't know if anybody here loves the newborn stage. I hate the newborn stage, all right? I'll just go ahead and tell you that now. I will say, Adeline's been the most precious baby. She actually likes me, which is a blessing. Oh man, that smile. She almost makes me want to like the newborn stage, but then it changes very quickly. But you get there, and you're in the newborn stage. The next stage will be better. When they get a little bit older, then they get a little bit older, and you're like, wow, I wish they were a little bit younger. I wish they were out of my house. And then you become an empty nester, and your kids are out, and then you begin to think, well, maybe when I retire, I'll have a little more time to spend with the kids and grandkids. And then when you retire, and this is what you've been waiting for all this time. Even from the beginning, you keep thinking that tomorrow is going to be better. And you get to tomorrow, and then all of a sudden you look back and you're like, I wish I was back there. I wish I could, this stage of my life or this stage of my life. You see, we miss the whole of life because we're too busy on the prospects of tomorrow. We're boasting of tomorrow. And it's so oftentimes we envy the other person's stage. Well, man, I really can't wait until, I'm in this stage or in that stage. Or, man, these people, they really have it good. But every stage has trials. And every stage has some mountains. Every stage has different things. You see, you don't know what's going to take place tomorrow. We can't boast of tomorrow. We have to find satisfaction in what God has given us in this most present moment, in what God has blessed us with. Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You see, number one, the boasting of tomorrow, but number two, the unknown of life on earth. There's a knowledge that as human beings we lack. But lastly, I want you to notice the certainty of God. Amen. You see, the truth is that life on this earth is so unknown. Things take place every day that we never would have saw coming. But one thing remains the same, and that is Almighty God. I'm going to use a big word here. God is what we like to call immutable. That means unchangeable. He is unchanging. God is who He is from the moment that He created the heavens and the earth, and He will still be who He is, the moment of revelation where there's no place found for heaven and the earth, and there's a new heaven and new earth. God remains the same. You see, I'm giving you kind of a key to put on your ring, right? Just think of yourself as a 16-year-old. I'm giving you the key to a Corvette here tonight. You ready for this? The key on your ring is to find true joy and satisfaction. Look to the unchanging in life. Enjoy this life based on the things that God has blessed you with today. Stop looking for tomorrow. Well, tomorrow, I could have this or I could have... No. Enjoy what God has blessed you with today. Amen. Enjoy the present in this present moment. There's so many unknowns about what's going to happen. Man, can you think about how our country is right now? And that should put a shiver down everybody's spine. To think about where we are. And so oftentimes our minds wander and rightfully we think, well, what will it be like in 30 years and 40 years and 50 years if these are the things that are taking place? What will be the end thereof? But I would say this, that Jesus Christ could call us all home tomorrow. He could call us all home next week. There might not be 30, 40, 50 years down the road. And that doesn't mean that we don't take plans. That doesn't mean we don't pray for God to work. That doesn't mean that we just live life by the seat of our pants. But what it does mean is in this present moment, I am trusting God with tomorrow. See, because you can't handle it. You see, I don't know what's going to take place tomorrow. There's many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds the future and I know who holds my hand. God holds your tomorrow. Think about this. The Almighty God knows what's going to be in the life of Put Your Name, Pat Coots. He knows what Pat Coots is going to deal with tomorrow. He knows what Nathan Dupree, Dan Todd, Chris Hort, Ken Bennett. I mean, He knows tomorrow. Every move you'll make. He knows the exact moment that you'll reach up to scratch your head. He knows everything about tomorrow. See, our trust can't be in the life of tomorrow. No, it has to be in the one who holds tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, things could go crazy tomorrow. I mean, I don't know what. I have no clue.